Right, so welcome back to Golf North Wales. If you are new here, thank you for the click. If you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon down below, we've got plenty more content like this. There's plenty already on the channel and plenty more to come. Today, we're going to have a revisit of the P790s. The reason being, the first video, we're still getting to grips with YouTube in there. So we've got licenses to play certain music, but unfortunately we've lost the battle with YouTube to prove that. So if you've come from the last review, thanks for bearing with us and coming over. So we're just going to go through, I've had these irons for about 2 years, Scott.
Yep.
It's a completely biased opinion. Completely biased. Don't listen to a word I say, but I'm going to be honest. This is my 2-year on review of the P790s. So I'm Shay, 11 handicap at the moment. These irons have been with me from around about a 20 handicap all the way down to 11, and I've never struggled with them at all. So that'll give you an idea.
Yep.
But
boy, hits them well.
The first reason why they're still, although they are sort of in the players bracket, they're also still very helpful. Scott will know I've hit a bladed 5-iron and I absolutely hate it.
Yep.
But this thing's just a little bit different. It's still chunky, still helpful. And when you're not driving the ball very well off the tee, it's capable of hitting mad stingers.
And with regards to mad stingers, when you're playing Nevin in the wind that we are at the minute, it's helpful.
So I reckon, Scott, you've hit a good drive there, and there's not much difference between us off the tee,
no,
yardage wise, but I reckon that ball's within 5 or 10 of yours.
Probably.
With a 5-iron.
Didn't hit my best drive, as you know, but
we'll go and have a look.
Yeah.
But that's the one, literally, that could trump everything else for the P790s for me. Just hitting the 5-iron. They are slightly de-lofted.
Yeah.
Not overly de-lofted. The ball still goes up unless you don't want it to. They're plenty playable. You've seen me hit both ways.
Yeah.
Still hit low shots, still hit high shots, but having that hollow body construction with the speed foam injection as well, it's a no-brainer. They're forged face, they just feel great. Let's go. So Scott, we are 210 yards off the tee with a 5-iron.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good, that, bro.
I'm not the longest. We have got a slight wind behind as well, but I'm not the longest. If you come round here for me, Scott.
Absolutely.
So I'm not the longest, but we've got a pitch and wedge in. It's 120. It's a bit shorter than I'd like it. I'd probably hit a 50 here 9 times out of 10 with this wind, but something I did comment on the last was just the ability to knock shots down. But since then, obviously, I've been practicing. Just remember, still an 11 handicap. It's not the best player in the world, but my ability of knocking shots down has got better in itself. So in turn, it's easier to do it with the clubs as well. But so obviously, the one drawback people say is they're not controllable from a certain distance, but hopefully this will prove a point. I'm going to go out to the right, Scott.
Okay. That has done absolutely perfect.
That might be close.
Dancing on towards the pin.
That might be close, but there you go. We'll have another look when we get up there. We won't be putting them with them. Scott, you've not hit a bad one in there either, mate.
Yeah, it's okay, that, but yours, little dancing beauty, that.
Well, I say, 118 yards into the green. Wind behind, that is not the club for me, a pitching wedge.
No.
I say, the one complaint a lot of the big reviewers might make is just how controllable they actually are, and well, that says it all, really.
Yeah.
Again, I'll just remind, 11 handicap.
12 feet.
11 handicap, certainly not bad. Can I make another birdie on camera today?
Oh, let's have a look.
I think I've jinxed myself here, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely.
If I do, we'll just end the review there. Slid past, and it's carried on going, but nonetheless, that is just a solid par 4. Not the shortest, but we've gone 5-iron pitching wedge, no problem at all.
Yeah.
I say the one thing I will say from they're reliable.
Yeah.
That you hit distances, I say as long as you check out your distances, they're reliable. You can hit distances, you can use them instead of using a bloody driver. I used to have a 3-iron in the bag, Scott will vouch for that.
Yeah.
We found I was hitting the P790 5-iron further because just the way they're designed with the tungsten in the bottom, provided they're slightly de-lofted, but they're still going up the same way, just in their design. It's not as if these companies who are absolute billionaire companies are just going, yeah, let's just de-loft it and be done with it, because it just doesn't work like that. They stick weight in the perimeters and in the back of the head to make sure it goes up the same way that a 5-iron with a proper loft would. So, well, it's just great, really. But we'll jump on to the next and see how we do into the wind. Yeah. So as we said, Scott, we got a bit of a into wind here. You've just hit driver, and quite frankly, it's gone nowhere into this wind.
Ballooned.
It's a 400-yard par 4. and into this wind's probably more like a 500 yard par 5.
Brutal.
But the idea is hit a 5 iron, keep it low. So I'll hit this shot and I'll just make another point that I think is just great with the P790s.
That's a great strike again.
Straight down the middle. One thing I do think with the P790s, I just think they're a fitter's dream. If you were to go in there, if you're a 28 handicapper looking at these irons, great, buy them. If you're a scratch handicapper looking for a little more help, great, buy them. They look great, and regardless of what level of golfer you are, they're going to follow your golf game. So I can imagine Scott might be able to speak better than me, but as a fitter, if someone went, I'm after something helpful, but I also want to improve with them, I'd just be like, there you go, there's your P790s. I can't really say more than that, can you? Not really, no. So Scott, last time, the one complaint I did have was it was a little bit difficult for the bump and runs, but I was quite honest in the way that I was not very good at bump and runs, but I have been practicing. So, and well, if you see some of the Nevin vlogs that have been released a couple of weeks ago, you'll see that I was actually pretty half decent at them. So this is just with an 8 iron, little ones.
I've taught him well.
Loads of control. Don't get me wrong, I could put them all closer.
That's good, that's
3.
good. Oh.
I'll say it again, 11 handicapper. Not bad consistency with an 8 iron.
Yeah, they're
bump
all
and running, but if you chuck them balls back quick, we are being pushed somewhat. So
they're all in nice and close.
Crack on. I'm going to try the same shot with a pitching wedge, which you know I'm not all that comfortable with.
Yeah, it's something that you do struggle with, that.
But again, to say,
it's unconventional to bring out a pitching wedge from there when you've got the 8 iron option.
Well, yeah, but nonetheless,
some people
we'll
try it.
But nonetheless, for someone to say that they're uncontrollable from here, someone who's better at golf than me, and I'm able to do it, I mean, there's no reason that shouldn't be a negative for buying them. Do you understand me?
If you're willing to put negative comments on a YouTube video, your skill set has got to be able to match up to what you're saying, essentially.
But
whereas that control is just perfect. That's shaved the hole.
That's duff.
That is a bit of a duff, but it's great. It's good.
That's as good as any other chip. So the control from little bump and runs and things like that, because they are more helpful, it's garbage. If you're willing to learn your clubs and learn how to play those shots, because I've been practicing for probably about 12 months to play that, and I've only just kind of not mastered it, but kind of made it suitable.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with these irons and playing that. And the one question I always get asked, if you were given money and told would you buy them again, the honest answer is yes. They are stylish, so the blade in the bag, they look great. If you're a bit of a bag whore like me and you just want your bag to look great, doesn't matter how your golf looks, as long as your bag looks good.
They do look very pretty sat in there, to be fair.
As long as your bag looks good, P790s are great. The 5 iron's still super helpful. There's still loads of forgiveness in them. Like, it used to scare me having so much forgiveness, but all of a sudden I just started playing properly and they're absolutely great. So would I buy them in 2020? 110% yes. The one thing I've noted is if you're to look at a combo set as someone who's an average golfer or even a high handicapper, there's nothing really for you, because you've got to look at blades and then mid cavity to get that combo set in. But Taylormade have just made it for us now. It's because if I had money to spend again now, I think I'd go P770 up the bag and P790 down the bag in the longer irons, and then all of a sudden you got an average golfer's combo set. It's a dream come true, mate. But if you are looking at P790s, definitely pick them up. And obviously this is biased because these are the clubs I play, but I've tried loads of other clubs. Scott will be my witness.
Yep.
And all of them are great. None of them are much different to the others, but P790s for the way they look and the way they perform for the average golfer, and also knowing that they'll still be able to help you. They'll still be able to help you when you get your handicap down and start playing better as well. It's a win-win. So yeah, so if you do like the videos like our little obscure reviews, we are amateur golfers. The views and opinions are our own, but hit that subscribe down there, there's plenty more to come. There's some weird and wonderful things. Scott behind the camera's got a whole bag of hybrids coming soon, so that will be interesting. But nonetheless, it's something we're enjoying doing, and obviously through our community and Instagram we're getting asked for these things quite often, so it's nice just to be able to make them for you. So again, subscribe down below, ring the bell, cost nothing. See you later.